Get Out is directed by Jordan Peele, who is a really famous comedian. If you've seen Key and Peele, you know who he is. If you haven't seen it, why? I mean, it's a good comedy show. You should check it out sometime. I'm not gonna give any spoilers in this review because the trailer is decidedly low also on that stuff. The main story is that this couple is going up to meet the girl's parents. This girl is white and her parents are of course white, and they don't know the fact that her boyfriend is black. And so when they get to this house, everything seems to be okay. The parents are trying their best to get along with this nice guy played by Daniel Kaluuya, and everything seems to be alright. However, as he spends more time in the house, he starts to notice a couple of things, and now we have a suspense horror thriller with some comedy in it, and here we have our movie. What made me want to see this movie was not the fact that Jordan Peele directed it, but also the fact that this is a very unique way of approaching the horror genre, because it's very easy to make a film and have ghosts and monsters appear in it, or have some kind of supernatural being and say it's horror and scare the hell out of someone. There are really good movies that have done that before. For me, what made Get Out so interesting is the fact that the horror element of it isn't exactly a supernatural element. It's the fact that it's about racism and it's about profiling. That for me was very smart, and this movie handles that in a very interesting manner. Jordan Peele offers up a lot of racial commentary, and there are times when Daniel Kaluuya's character Chris would be in a surrounding with a lot of white people, and it would be strange. They'd be having conversations to try and get along with him, and he would feel very out of place. When you see these scenes come together at points during this movie, you start to realize that this is a film where that's the horror. What stuck out were those scenes, and for me that's where Get Out has its biggest positives. And the fact that it handles a serious topic like this in a very interesting manner that everybody can relate to, and if not relate to, can understand and can interpret the movie as such. The movie also has some very great performances. Daniel Kaluuya is fantastic. He was really great in this movie. Allison Williams, who plays his girlfriend, was also really good. The parents, who are very good in this movie, they have some very creepy moments as well, and they did a fantastic job. Brother of this family is also really good. Lil Ray Howery, who plays Daniel Kaluuya's friend in this movie, is amazing. He steals every scene he's in. So if you watch this movie, yeah, that's the one character you'll remember once you're coming out. He's hilarious. He is the comic relief in this movie. But he also has a really interesting role to play in terms of horror films, in the sense that in horror films there's a usual trope where a character will be telling another character something like, oh my god, something bad is happening, we need to do something about this right now. And the other character will be like, what? What are you talking about? I mean, I don't know what's going on. This is one of those movies where they realize that's a horror trope and they try to use it, and then it's like, no, what if this is going on? What if this is going on? And so Lil Ray Howery has his own theories as to what could be happening. That for me was actually pretty interesting, that they made use of the fact that there is a lot more that a side character can do, even if not at the scene of what's going on. That for me is a very interesting approach, adding into the commentary. This is a very uniquely made horror film, as previously mentioned. This movie is also very well directed. Jordan Peele really did a good job here. As this movie builds to the third act, it builds phenomenally. And then finally, when the third act happens and you start to get payoffs, they're very satisfying payoffs. And there were a lot of people in my audience who were having a great time cheering on this movie and really enjoying themselves with what was going on screen. As for flaws, there really aren't that many. I would say a couple of times there are scenes where they would go into a comedy standpoint after a very suspenseful scene, and it would upset the tone a little bit. There were funny scenes, but it didn't really match with the fact that we just saw a really intense scene, and often that did tend to mess up the flow a little bit. And the other issue is that there is a bit of a pace drop in the second act, where we just are there and there's not a lot happening, and a lot of it is a little less interesting than stuff we see later on. I feel like the movie could have gotten to what's gonna happen in the third act a lot faster if a few minutes had been cut out of the second act. But that's really it. Those were very minor issues. Overall, I really like this movie. If you have not seen it on a screening yet, I do highly recommend it. I'm gonna give Get Out an 8.5 out of 10. So guys, Get Out, if you've seen it at some screenings so far, what did you think about it? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, let me know. I'll have some more reviews out of latest films very soon. I might have Logan up for you this weekend because I actually have a chance to see it this Friday. So I might just get out an early review for that on Saturday. You guys are the best. Thank you so much as always for watching. If you like this, please subscribe and I will see you guys later.